Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone this morning? So good. I hope so good. I am so excited to art journal today. I've just been like crazy busy, and you know what? I'm ready for just, a little peaceful art journaling. It always kind of just calms me. Good morning, Valerie. Good morning, Debbie. Counting down, sister. I can hardly wait. I can hardly wait. So let's warm up a little bit today with some art journaling. If you're brand new here and you're watching on the replay, leave us a green heart today. And please follow, like, and subscribe to Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And then go to AnnCorbiereScottDesigns.com for all things Ann and Artsy. I'm just always trying to grow that. Good morning, Sue. And then if you want to just chat, not like privately, not in the Facebook group, please, you can always chat in the Facebook group. I will, in the Facebook page, I will I will monitor all of the comments and get back to people as much as I can. But anyway, if you want to send me something private, go to AnnCorbiereScottDesigns@gmail.com. Okay, so last week, if you remember, I had these two, sorry, I have a little coming up there. I have these two jelly prints that I laid down for my 2-page spread. And good morning, Tam. And you remember this page we did a decorative edge. There we go. This page we did a decorative edge, and so that meant that the next page was going to have a decorative edge, and that's kind of cool, right? So now the next step, I have all my little bits and bobs here to include on my page. The next step is we have some elements that we need to work on that we started painting last week with our art crayons, and we have our new Tim Holtz ones that we can add in. And I have the packing tape that we used when we, remember when we were cleaning up some acrylic paint. And I have some washi tape that I painted right here. And then I have all these little bits and bobs. So I have lots of ideas, but I really wanted to add some mark making this morning. And so mark making can be done in all manner of ways, right? And with all kinds of mediums. But this morning, let's use our Posca pens. I'm just going to use white. Well, I have this big white that I really kind of dig. Because I have a million round elements on here. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see all the round from my bubble? These papers were created on Bubble Wrap Day, right? This big Posca is rectangular. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, let's just add some rectangular elements, right? Off the edge. I love that. I love going off the edge like that. Oops. I really like this big Posca. So it is a giant Posca pen. Look at it. It is, and I will bring it to the retreat so you can play with it and see if it's something you want to play with. Good morning, Nancy. right? Oops, 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 oops. There we go. So I'm just adding a little bit of mark making to our page. And mark making just adds like just another layer, right? Because art journaling is all about the layers. And some of this might get covered up. That's okay. Okay, so now I need this to dry, but I've been kind of thinking that I want to add something black because we don't have anything black except the outline of our artwork. And you know, I always say all good artwork needs a little bit of black and a little bit of white. And so I was thinking about I wanted to add something shiny because everything here is matte. I do have this, my washi tape here, the Roy G. Biv washi tape over here. That's cool because that's like another element. But I'm thinking my jelly pen. So I'm thinking I want to dry these little bits and bobs. Okay, that's pretty dry. And I want to take my black jelly roller, and I'm thinking I want to do this, just kind of go around each one of these little marks. It's just going to add another little layer of something, something. And you can see I'm being quite organic with my line work. It's not anything of any kind of precision. It's just loosey-goosey outlines. But do you see how that just starts to add just that little bit more? And remember, the higher up you hold your pen, the looser your line work is going to be. And we want it nice and loose. So I found something so interesting the other day, and now I don't even remember how. You know how sometimes you've come across things and then you have no idea how you got there? Well, that's completely the case. I came across this, I know how I found it. So, you know, in my stitch along, I like to try and find questions of the week. And so I was looking for questions of the week, and I came across this article about this, well, it was just kind of a link, actually, about this little girl named Emmy who does interviews. And she does interviews with all kinds of people from all different walks of life and different professions, and it's crazy. So this little girl is 10. I did find that out, Valerie. And she, oh, you guys, that's just adding just one more layer. Just one more layer. I love it so much. Anyway, so this little 10-year-old girl has been interviewing all kinds of famous people. And famous in all different ways. Like, she interviewed, so the interview I watched, because it's Valentine's Day and, you know, soon, and it's, you know, we're all about chocolate. So she interviewed the longest district sales manager for See's Candy. So she's located in so this lady her name is Joni Olimpsky, and she's in San Diego. And Emmy interviewed her, and she always asks 7 questions, which I thought was fascinating. And so she talked to her about, like, how many different kinds of chocolates they make, and how many, like, how do you pack a box of chocolates? And it was just, oh my gosh, it was just delightful. And it was just, I did find out that she is a regular contributor to the Drew Barrymore show. Because, you know, Drew Barrymore is all about nice stuff too, right? So I'm listening to that interview, and I just, oh my gosh, it was so dang cute. But she did say something fascinating. If you are in a place where there are See's candies, I know they're kind of regional, but anyway. So See's Candy is famous for their chocolates. They're famous for their chocolates. But I just found out that they also have lollipops. And I've gotten some of those over the year, but I found out way more about their lollipops. Like, that's one of their lollipops, and their Bordeaux chocolates are like their big sellers. They sell so many of those lollipops. And when I was in Arkansas, Braxton and Dwayne and I went to see Desiree in her Christmas program. I think I told you guys about that. Anyway, Braxton is a little bit fidgety, and so I gave him one of those lollipops, and it lasted him the whole performance. So he was occupied for the whole performance. So anyway, I found out that National Lollipop Day is July 20th, and they give away free lollipops on that day, and they come up with a whole bunch of other flavors. Like, usually they have vanilla and caramel, and they have a cafe lattes, like a coffee kind of flavor. They have cinnamon. Anyway, they have like 5 or 6 normal flavors. But in July, they have all kinds of different flavors. So, if you're near See's Candy on the 4th of July, or on July 20th, excuse me, go in and get you a free lollipop. Okay, so now I'm thinking about this. I'm loving it so far. I'm feeling like I want to do a little bit more mark making, maybe. So I'm going to get my big bag of Poscas out again. And I think I want to get... Okay, so I could use a Posca again, or I could use one of my new art crayons, or one of my old art crayons. So I have all kinds of stuff. And I am thinking, so because my elements, I have pink, which is the opposite of green on the color wheel, right? So I feel like I want to incorporate that pink somehow, or maybe this kind of sunshiny yellow. Let's see what I have. I think that was in, whoops, my Neos, this one. So I like to do, so I'm just going to dip in my water right here. See if you can see that. And then I'm just going to, again, just randomly get some mark making down. Wet it, and then just come in. I didn't either, Nancy. Very cool to know, right? Hi, Beth. How have you been? Oh my gosh, I'm happy to see you. So, yesterday I got a message from Tammy Davis, and she had watched our video on Tuesday when I talked about my ooh, that's brightening up that center bit, isn't it? When I was talking about my new Tim Holtz watercolor pencils, and so she had ordered hers and wanted to know a little bit more about using them. So Tammy, I will be using them today, but just know that they work like an art crayon, right? Wet. So again, do you see how this is like art journaling is all about layers, 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 right? So let's I have worn lipstick, which is kind of a nice color. So let's do the same thing. We're going to wet it. But here's the thing, distress watercolor pencils are a little bit, they're a harder substrate, harder medium than most art crayons. So I'm gonna wet it, but then I need to kind of let it melt a little bit. Just do some random mark making with these with worn lipstick. I feel like that's a nice pink, because I'm kind of making it remember we talked about the rules of design about repeating things. So we have circles repeating themselves, we have colors repeating themselves, right? So just kind of keep that in mind as you're creating your background. And these don't have to be of any kind of, they could just be random. They don't need to be in any kind of order. They're better if they're not in any kind of order. So let's dry this layer. You see how it's just getting more and more interesting as we go along. The sun is shining here today. How about in your neck of the woods? Is it sunny there? It was pretty gray yesterday. It wasn't super rainy or anything. It was just kind of gray. I've got some very watery bits and pieces here. So I'm going to, oh, it's very nice in Michigan. Nice! I'm going to set this aside to dry behind me. And I'm going to bring, okay, so I did this piece of washi, and I have this piece of washi. Can you see the other piece of washi? Is it sunny? Oh, nice, nice. I'm glad to hear that, Valerie, because whatever you have, we usually have. Okay, so now I'm going to take these elements that we were working. I don't know what's going to happen, Lynn. Do you know what I mean? We'll just see. Oh, I did want to share one fun technique that I created. Let me cut these apart. And then I'll get ready to fuzzy cut them. That's always a little bit time consuming. I didn't do this patch and I feel like I need to. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll hem and haw about it. I have this idea. So do you remember when I did Ornamentally Yours at Christmas? I did some work with crepe paper. So on this, so I took a piece of white crepe paper and I just kind of dipped it in and out of the, this got wet. I thought I could feel something wet on my hand. Okay, so I just took this piece of, yeah, I went for, you know what's so funny, Lynn, it was kind of like I put a jacket on to go out because it was kind of pretty overcast and chilly. And so, and then I was driving to my massage, which was yesterday, not the day before. Whatever. I totally misread my calendar. Anyway, it was sunny. Like I had to put my sunglasses on. It was crazy. Okay, so anyway, I took a length of crepe paper, and I just dipped it in color that was on my craft mat, right? Now I'm going to fold it in almost half. Do you see how I'm just folding it? Oh my gosh. Can I tell you, Valerie? It was most delightful. It was most delightful. So I fold it almost in half. So, but now it's like I have 2 layers, right? And I don't even know what I'm going to do with it. Low 70s, Deb. Low 70s. Is what I have noticed so far. I was going to put that in the group. So my sister is like, I got to go get some short sleeve tops. Oh, funny. I go, that's so funny because we're all wearing long sleeves. Right? So there we go with that. And then we can wrinkle it so we have a cool ruffle. I don't know where exactly I'm going to use that, but just know that that's fun, right? So I'm going to, that's another element that I have in my arsenal just in case. There we go. Hey, so if you get a chance on Instagram, check out, you might have to pack shorts, Nance. You would, not I. Still a little too chilly for shorts for me. Which is so funny because growing up in Michigan, I remember this girl in 3rd grade, Lynn Schultz. She was like, you can't wear shorts until it's 75. When it's 75, then you can wear shorts. Her mom must have told her that. But we all thought it was like the gospel. So we were like, okay. So 75 was when we could pull out our shorts. And you know, I remember you're doing anything to not have to lug around a big old stupid winter coat and wear long sleeves. And here it's quite the opposite. Everybody wants to wear cozy fall stuff, and it's still really hot in the fall here. It's so funny. Click, click. Oh, so be sure to check out 7 questions. 7 questions by Emmy, EMMY, on Instagram, and she's affiliated with the East Idaho News and Idaho Falls Pediatrics. That's, I think, where a lot of her stuff comes from. But I know she has little segments on their local news. Anyway, check her out. It's just darling. You know what? It's just something nice. I told you there's enough ick in the world. I just need nice every now and again. I know, it's crazy, isn't it, Lynn? Growing up in the Midwest. And you know what's so crazy is, like, you just kind of get used to it. There's one thing. Did anybody see the page that Lori posted? Her dot page, and she included a celebrate stamp in her art journal entry, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I love that she saw that inspiration out there. I love that she made the connection between those two things. So she included a canceled celebrate postage stamp that is full of polka dots. And you remember I love polka dots. So if you haven't seen it yet, look for it in Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group. Remember, that's the place where you can post photos and other things. I know, I kind of like the 70s too, Valerie. It does make me happy. So I happened upon something else, and I just thought, you know what? This is so us. I just love our art community. I just love this little community of artists and like-minded people, right? I just love that we can we're here to support each other and share and all the things, right? So I happened upon this thing and I thought, oh my gosh, it's totally us. So if you happen to be on Instagram, there is a Instagram called Nice News. Doesn't that sound like us? So it's called Nice News, and it's all these bits and bobs already. It's just this lovely community, and they have nice news. That's what they focus on. They just focus on nice news. So one story that kind of stuck out to me was that about singing together. Singing together. The article was all about singing together. So cute. Singing together boosts well-being. Right? I was like, well, that's kind of fascinating. And so they talked about that singing in the shower certainly makes you happy, but there's something about the communion of voices that I can't talk and fussy cut at the same time. That just the idea that just boosts it all, right? So they say that they think that the breath work and exhaltation, exaltation that it takes to sing kind of out loud and in a group is probably what contributes to the health benefits, right? Because you have you're really breathing in a different way, right? You're taking certainly deeper breaths and holding them for longer and all of those things. I just thought, that's so cool. And then I was thinking about one day, Jeff was cooking something in the kitchen, and our friend Shelly and I were sitting at the kitchen table, and we were singing along to Zach Bryan. And we were making something, and we were singing along to Zach Bryan. And then at one point in the song, we both stopped. And Jeff just started to laugh. And he said, I've never... He's like... We both stopped at a certain point in the song. And then we just kind of sat there for a minute. And then we started singing again at the same time, which I thought was hysterical. But now I'm like, oh. I always think that happy people sing. I mean, I'm not saying you have to be a songbird or anything. Just sing. I used to work with this girl who would kind of get mad because where I worked, whoever was the first one there got to pick the radio station. And so, you know, everybody to try and get to work early so they could be the one that chose the radio station. And, but no matter who chose the radio station, I had something to sing along with. I would sing anything. And she was like, is there anything you don't sing to? And I go, no. Happy people sing. Which I thought was funny. Because she did not sing to anything. And she kind of was a miserable person. For whatever reason. In her life. But we are a very singy household. Okay. I made so I want to create all this little fodder to create my bigger, I sing everywhere. I sing in the car. I sing everywhere. How about the rest of you? Are you singers? Everybody take a drink. So I want to... I think I want this. I know, Sandy. I know. I don't know why I grabbed these scissors. I just did. I like them. I won them at a, let's see, does that one fit there? Ooh, that might be cool. Shut it. Look at that. Kind of digging that idea. Right? That could be another piece of fodder. I took a Bible journaling class. Does anybody remember the Reset Girl? Oh my gosh, I just loved her. She was so creative and didn't think she was creative. Exactly, Tam. Sprouts does have, and you know what? I like, Sprouts smells good. I think. Anyway, I took this, so Keely and I went to Tyler, Texas, and took a Bible journaling class from her. And one of the raffle prizes were these scissors, and I won them. She is still around. She's just doing different things now. Do you remember Tam? I tried so hard to get her to come to Scraps of Love. I wanted her to come there so bad. But it just never worked out. Born to Blossom. So I'm thinking... I could do this here, or I could do here. I don't know. Oh, 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 oh. Or I could do it here. Stop. Don't you love when you have a good idea and it works? So I'm continuing to build my fodder. Put this Born to Blossom. Whoops. Across there. Love that. Let's do this one. So anyway, check out Nice News, you guys. What's the saying I put on the flower? Born to Blossom. So they're all on that printable. I just like to be surrounded by nice words, Valerie. Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. Come on. Let your dreams blossom. You gotta, sister. You gotta, so you can make something fun. I like a glue stick because it gives me just that little bit of wiggle room. But if I want it to super, super stick, I always use art glitter glue. I did, Nancy. I used Distress, what are they called now? Watercolor pencils and my art crayons. I kind of used a little bit of everything. Stop it. You guys, look at that. Okay, so I have all my bits and bobs of this. I like, you know why I use it, Susan? Because it smells like almonds. It's a little bit spendier. I have glue sticks for everybody for the retreat though, so and I have a funny story to tell you about those glue sticks, huh, Tam? Okay. So I want to stop it. That's going to be so cute. So you know what's so funny? I did these both of these strips of my washi tape with well, I think so, but maybe it's just because I'm a smell kind of person. I like how things smell. I know that sounds kind of weird, but I just like a glue stick. I just like the kind of the vibe that a glue stick gives me. I got the store I used to work at, that Carmen and Joni still work at, had them in their clearance. So I said, I want all of them because it smells so nice. Almond fragrance. Anyway, so I got a whole bunch of them. You don't like the smell, Lynn? How are we friends? How are we? Even friends. Oh, so anyway, interesting that just by like the colors I chose and the amount of pressure I used made such a difference on these two washi tapes. Okay, so I'm going to set these up there because I don't know exactly what I want to do with those just yet. I know I want to use them, but I don't know exactly how. So that, and then I'm going to set those aside. I'm going to bring my pages back. Oh, that still aren't, there's still parts that aren't dry yet. So I created a stamp set for Unity. That's a Christmas stamp set. It's called Good Tidings to You. But in this stamp set, whoops, sorry, here we go. In this stamp set, you get my gorgeous poinsettia and some hand-lettered sentiments, but you also get this text stamp. And I use this text stamp all the time. It's all French, and it's just like the perfect addition to So Tessa's creating a list, Debbie. Oh, that's so funny because Keely and Peggy fly in on Wednesday also. She was just asking me about art stores too. So there's a couple really cool ones. So when you land at the airport, you'll be kind of close to Tempe. And in Tempe, there's a very cool one called Jerry's Artarama. Artarama. So I would certainly go there. It's the biggest and the baddest, don't you think, Tam? But there's also one that's kind of centrally located that's a small business that is probably my favorite, and that's called Arizona Art Supply. And that's on like 16th Street and Indian School. Is it 16th Street or maybe 20th? Anyway, it's on Indian School and it's Arizona Art Supply. It's just my favorite. I love that it's a small business. I love that it's just 16th Street. There you go, Lynn. Anyway, I think yes, Valerie. Blick and Jerry's Artarama are both chains. Arizona Art Supply is an independent art store. Stop it. Look at all my bits and bobs. Look at them all. Oh, nice. Tempe Yarn Store. You guys. Let me scoot over so you can see. Okay, I'm starting my build. I was thinking I wanted to, maybe I would paint over this, but I think I want to leave it. I think I want to leave it. I have some of my old deli paper here that I want to put behind here because I want to just do some stamping with that French text stamp. Oh, do you know the flip your front page over and see how that works? Flip your front page over to see how that works. What, Tam? To see how what works. Susan, do you have a address for Artist Resource Center? I have never been. So I want just a little bit of text on here. How the collage in the right corner looks with the front page on top. Oh, good thinking, Tam. Good thinking. Let's see. That's a thought. That's a thought, sister. Whoops. So I want this probably right about there, right? Because that will kind of go. Good thinking, Tam. I was just all excited about my, you know. Okay, so I want to do this piece of washi. It's kind of across there. And I kind of like it overlapped there. And remember, I'm going to use my bone folder to kind of jam it in here. Jeff is upstairs. You know, his office is upstairs. They're having a loud meeting. Not like us. Okay. Kind of loving that. What do you think of that? With that little bit there. And then that there. I think I want to do that. So in book club, we read this book called Black Cake, and it was so good. It was just so good. I'm gonna glue stick the back of this. I find if I take the time to kind of work that into the spine, then it won't pop when I open and close. You know what I mean? Oh, it is close to the airport. All right. Now I'm going to have to check that out, Susan. Thank you. I don't deny myself any cuteness. If they have cuteness, I'm going to want to go there. All right. Whoops. There we go. So I'm kind of liking how that is looking, right? Just that little bit's peeking out. What if I put that there? Now I gotta kind of hem and haw about where I want everything to go. That. So when I'm building my clusters, I like to think of it kind of like a grid. So I kind of do this way and this way. Do you know what I mean? And I like to vary the sizes of things. I like to vary I still have this. So this could go up and down. What about that idea? So I knew I wanted my of like this because I like the raw edges on each end. Ooh, everybody take a drink. Let's see. Now, Tam, I'm like obsessed about closing it and looking. I could do it from up here. I'm thinking I kind of like that. And I always like to have an anchor. I like to start with an anchor. So like this is my anchor, right? And I can build from that. I can build up, I can build out. That's kind of... Oh, interesting. Lynn, have you been? So what kind of... Help me understand, like, what kind of loop they have there. Susan, Lynn, anyone? Anyone? Oh, let's go this way. Kind of digging that. So I have this. Now I want to do a this, right? Oh, is it like a, so this is what I do, Karen. When I use watercolor ground, I use like a 1 inch wide flat, right? And then, and this might be, I think, yeah, it's 1 inch wide. Okay. Like a flat or a wash, one of those. And I dip it in my water and I kind of let it sink in there. I let it sit in there for a little bit because I want my bristles to like really absorb water. And then I dip it into my watercolor ground and start spreading. And then I dip it back into the water and dip it into my watercolor ground and spread it out on my page. Does that make sense? That way I feel like it helps with spreadability, certainly. And I just want a thin coat. This, you know, it's my art journal, right? My art journal is where I experiment and play and all of that kind of stuff. It's how I figure stuff out. Oh, ooh, I do love a treasure hunt, Susan. I do. So does that help, Karen? That's how I do it. Like maybe I want something up in this corner. I'm a kind of a common sense kind of girl, Karen. Okay, so let's see. I want to build my cluster in this corner, but then I want something of interest up here too. I think like that might be kind of cool because I could go over the crease, which I kind of dig, and I can extend just a little further than the edge of this washi. That always makes me happy. Yeah, you know what? You live and you learn, Valerie. Do you know what I mean? Like you just, I used a lot on my pages too. So, you know, when you know better, you do better. It's not that big of, you know what I mean? I wouldn't sweat it too much. I'm really kind of digging the idea of having them cross the crease in the page. I don't know. What do you think about that? That's kind of making me happy. And remember, I still have this piece, right? I still have this. So this could be there. What do you think of that? And here's the thing. That's kind of too dark, I think. It's too compety. But this could go up here. And this could go here. Or it could go here. That's kind of cool. I know, I kind of like the crossing of the pages too. I'm kind of digging that. Like, it's just feeling right. What does everybody else think? I kind of like this idea though. What do you think of that? I feel like that's too, I think I might want that up a little higher with that raw edge. And then I still have this whole length that I can incorporate someplace else. Digging that idea. And then the other cool thing is I could come in with my white gel pen and I can do a pop of white in these little loop-de-loops. I could use my gel, I could use a Posca, right? I can do all manner of things. Let's see if I do Posca. So anyway, Jeff and I watched Black Cake. So it's on Hulu. It was so good. This is kind of a fuzzy one. There. Maybe that would be better. This is totally, I think the gel pen might be better because this is picking up the color from underneath. But this is a little bit pink too when I put this down, but that's okay. It's such a small detail. Oh, music. So yesterday, Peggy sent me a music suggestion. Don't you love sharing music with others? I love that. Anyway, she sent me, does anybody remember those Lonely Boys? That was, I'm trying to, like maybe late 90s, early 2000s, and they had that song Heaven. If you heard it, you would totally recognize it because it was all over the radio. Anyway, they have a new album out called Send More Love, and I just started listening to it yesterday and was listening to it again this morning. Oh my gosh. So good, you guys. So, so good. So if you get a chance, go on your Spotify and listen to Los Lonely Boys, Send More Love. It was super good. up. Look how cute that is. I just like that little bit of whimsy. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to put this here, and that there. Let's see how we do. Just a little bit of it peeking out. Maybe we move it over so not so much. Okay, let's stick it down right there. There. I'm taking my deli paper. Stick that back down. Oops, that's the one. This guy needs a little bit more glue. Lovely. I'm really digging that idea, you guys, going over. So I'm going to take my, before I even stick it down, I'm going to make my crease, right? So there's a little bit of that fold there, so it just kind of works with me. So we're going to really glue this up. Remember, I told you, it doesn't matter if you cover up some things. That's okay. That's art journaling for you. You're just building, building, building. Oh, I'm loving that. Did I go over? Of course I did. Anyway, you guys get the... I think I totally want to do this. And then bring this into... I don't know. I really like it. I don't know. I don't know where I want to put that. And this. I just like them to all kind of touch. I like everything to work together. You know what? I think I'm going to use my art glitter glue. And I should have used the art glitter glue on this piece because it's a little bit heavier because it's two layers of copy paper. But oh well. Right? If it pops up, then I'll art glitter glue it. You guys. And this guy, I think, wants to go up here. Mm-hmm. Lynn, I was talking to my kid on the phone the other day. And he was talking about some kind of Pez dispenser that he saw. And I go, hey, one of my art friends sent me a very cool Pez dispenser. Oh my gosh, you guys. Let's see how that works when I open it. So good, so good. Do you love it? I am in love with it. I am in love with it. And I know we went over, and I know I just get too chatty sometimes. But you all know me and love me, so, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I was thinking maybe a long year. That might be something kind of just fun. What do you think? I don't know. I'm thinking that might be kind of cool. Anywho, go out and make it a tremendous Thursday. I'm so happy that you all hung with me today and made some art with me, and are just here for the challenge of following my ping pong brain. And no, do not bring what? No, I'm going to have it all for sale at a discounted price, Debbie. So, loving this page. It was a great time, wasn't it? It was a great time. I love this page. I love when we kind of space them up, like we make them like a 2-week project. That gives me time to like make one part and then percolate to all the other parts. Do you know what I mean? And I'll have pens for sale too, Debbie. By the way, I hope that you guys go out and make it a tremendous Thursday, like I said, and open your newsletter tomorrow. I promise to hit the send button, and have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye, everybody.